All right, y'all. Shalom. Most High Christ bless Israel. Hey, today's class is gonna be called Dismantling the Conscious Community. Dismantling the Conscious Community. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through some parallels of what they teach and show you that it parallels in the Bible. Now you got you say a lot of our people, you know, especially them country community folks, a lot of them they be on here scoffing, talking about the Bible ain't real, the Bible ain't a true book. But believe it or not, a lot of the stuff they believe do come up out of the Bible. It's crazy. Yet they'll tell you not to read the Bible, but they'll go and read sign books that's written by where they say don't read the Bible because it's written by the white man. And their religion is to keep you or to keep your mind enslaved. And then turn around and tell you, but read their science books, read the Metanetta, read the pyramid text, read all these different texts that was written by the damn white man. These books where they sit up there and so-called translating the information, all this stuff was written by the white man, you know? So, but look, let's stand up, y'all. Let's face the east. Let's go and send up the prayers. Let's get started. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Excuse me, y'all. Now look, dealing with the conscious community, I tell anybody that their doctrine is the serpent's doctrine. And the reason why I say their doctrine is the serpent's doctrine, one of the biggest things they push is that the black woman is God. That's one of the biggest things they push. And believe it or not, sisters, I'm going to tell you why they push this. They push it to get your money. That's the easiest way to get your money. You got to think, sisters, all your life, you've been hearing that you was thoughts. You've been hearing that you was B's. You've been hearing that you was H's. You've been hearing all manner of evil spoken about you. And then you got a group of men come along with this doctrine teaching the black woman is God. You know what I'm saying? Which therefore takes you out of the true purpose for what you was created. You know what I'm saying? When you go to 1 Corinthians real quick. The reason why our sisters have so much trouble, you know what I'm saying, is because they go against the way God created them. You know what I'm saying? Esau, the so-called white man, which he really read, he the one who sat up there and put it in your head that you was to be equal to the man. Now you going against nature, the nature that God had created you to be. The Most High didn't create you to be equal with man, and a lot of y'all know you ain't equal with man. Proof in the pudding. I was talking to Officer Benaniah here, and he was saying that his job is a high turnaround rate. But it's crazy because no men don't come to fill out for the job. They don't come to apply for the job. Only women, majority be women applying for the job. Men do not come to try to apply for the job. And what he do, they mix paint. And these paint buckets weigh up to 100 pounds. And every time a sister apply for the job, they can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? They work the job for so amount of time, but they always asking for the man's help to lift these buckets. When they have to go and do these deliveries, where they got to take these 50 to 100 pound buckets, and let's just say if it's 10 to 15 of them, you know what I'm saying? When they got to sit up there and take these 10 to 1500 pound buckets to, they got to go drop them off. And let's just say if the confidence in them say, look, we ain't going to be there earlier. We want you to pull them out, and we want you to sit up there. We want you to go and have them loaded up for us. The women always calling for help, saying they can't do it or whatever. And then what ended up happening, they actually quit. Proof in the pudding, y'all ain't equal. Wherefore, the man can be able to complete and do this job by himself. Now, I ain't gonna go up in the day ain't about our sisters, you know what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the world has been turned upside down. Everything is out of order. And one of the reasons why the world is out of order, because the oppressor taught you that you was equal to your man, therefore not need your man, and you can be independent. You know what I'm saying? And that's against nature. You know what I'm saying? This what God intended for it to be like in the beginning. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, and let's start at verse 10. Verse 7. Is anybody gonna strive for me today? So this class had to sit up there to beat our black women up or to put you down, but to show you that the conscious community is some BS, and they sitting up there, they only using our sisters to get money, pushing this black woman, this God stuff. All right, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for much he is the image and the glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. You hear that, sister? The scripture say you the glory of the man. Let's read on. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So you hear that, sisters? We weren't created for you. You was created for us. And let's see what your purpose to be created for. Now I know some of y'all sisters, because you still got that feminine spirit on you. This is the type of stuff you don't want to hear. But I'm telling you now, that conscious community and a lot of other people that sit up there and the conscious community, the so-called white man, everybody that sit up there and try to put the woman before the man is deceiving you. And why are they deceiving you? These dudes do lectures, they do debates, all to get your money. The same thing with the church. Who do you think the biggest tithe in the church is? You the biggest tithe in the church. And how do the church feed on you? The church feed on you telling you, knowing that you're oppressed. Who is the most oppressed people on the planet Earth? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So the church feeds on you. And the church sit up there and tell you, you know why you haven't been getting no blessing? Because you haven't been put in enough. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why. And who is the biggest attenders at the black church? It's the black woman. It's the black woman. Especially because after a lot of black men get to a certain age, they're like, what the hell with church? You can tell, you can just look at the youth and look at these youth, and you can see that a lot of these youth, they ain't going to church. And even if they do go to church, the church ain't teaching no laws within it to sit up there to change the youth that's coming to church. Look at this. Let's go to Tobit chapter 8, verse 6. It says, thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for a helper and stay. Of them came mankind. So that's what the Lord created for you. He made you to be a helper and stay. Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself. So the Lord created you to aid men, whether you want to believe it or not, sis. Not for men to aid you. And that's how it is. Now, all you sisters, you looking for a man to aid you. That's what you're doing. You look for a man to aid you. Oh man, I need a good black man to help me take care of my kids. I need a good black man to help me pay my bills. And some of y'all, you have you independent. You like, hell, I don't need a man at all. Instead of you, that's why I always ask brothers, you know what I'm saying? I always tell brothers to make sure when you fool with a sister, ask her is she ready for a husband, and ask her to give her a reason why she is ready for a husband. You know what I'm saying? Give her a reason why. Ask her to give you a reason why she is ready for a husband. Because some sisters don't know what to say within this question. Well, I think I'm ready for a husband because, you know, I'm keeping the commandments and I'm this and I'm that. Okay, I'll pray to the Most High, sister, you keeping the commandments. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say if a situation comes around in marriage, when you apply the commandments, is that going to be applied? Because all of us, everybody online, Lord's willing, keeping the commandments. But when situation arises, when you apply the commandments, because guess what, y'all? Situations going to arise in marriage. It arises all the time. Situations going to arise between brethren. Situations going to arise between sisters. And when the situation arises, are you going to apply the commandments to sit up there to fix that situation or to not escalate that situation, you know? So that black woman is God stuff. That's that serpent doctrine. Let's get it real quick. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3, verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not die. You shall not surely die. For God doeth know that in the day you eat thereof, your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So Eve sat up there. That's that serpent doctrine right there. Oh, black woman, you God. You God. You know what I'm saying? You could be equal to God. You could be equal to God. That's the serpent's doctrine. So when you listen to the conscious community, that's what they coming with. That's why I'm gonna show you like a lot of stuff how they teach. It parallels with the Bible. You got that stand right there as for the serpent. You know what I'm saying? You got some of them believe that the white man are serpents. That's it. You got some of them. See, if you dig down deep into their stuff, a lot of y'all just be washed away with the big words that they be speaking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all be dragged away with the big words that they be speaking. All the stuff that they be reading. Now, first, I don't even want to deal with that. I do want to deal with that. Some of them believe that the white man is the serpent. So you dig it down to their doctrine. All you hear is that, hey, the black woman is God. You don't listen to all the rest of the stuff they teach. And a lot of this stuff parallel with the Bible. So some of them believe that the white men or white race is serpents. Now look, go to Revelation 12. We describe in the Bible the white man as the serpent. Go to Revelation 13 real quick. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna go to Revelation 13. Go to Revelation 12. It say, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. Now this great red dragon is with the 7 heads represents Edom. You know what I'm saying? It represents Edom. Now the 7 heads is Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain. And the 10 horns is the EU or the European Union, and which, you know what I'm saying, makes up Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Denmark, Ireland, Greece, and the United Kingdom. Now, this was this me reading from a list that was set up 1957 through 1981. So that's the great red dragon with the 7 heads and the 10 horns. So they sit up there and say that the white race, some of them say it, not all of them, some of them say it, but I'm just showing you how it parallel with the Bible. Now, we said that they're actually serpent, but we are saying they represent a serpent. Because when you look at the word devil, it means deceiver. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them, they do believe that the white man is the devil, which he is the devil. He is the great deceiver. You know what I'm saying? He did set himself up as God up on earth. You know what I'm saying? He manipulated everything. I seen I was looking at something yesterday. One of y'all posted on Facebook. I was going through Facebook, and they were showing a machine that made clouds. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. One thing I learned: if Esau's showing this stuff right now, if he's showing you that machine that make clouds, and he let you see that thing produce rain, and I forgot what all they said that the cloud was made of. It was made of everything that rain is made of. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, showing you that these dudes is playing God. You know what I'm saying? These dudes is playing God. You know what I'm saying? Now, the machine they had, it produced the cloud, and the cloud stayed up in the air. And after a certain amount of time, it started to rain. Now, for them to sit up there to have that machine showing you that means they got something way greater than that. That's their old stuff they're showing you. That's their old technology. So they do got this type of technology where they can create a cloud and make it rain and stuff like that. And when they do this type of stuff, just like with let's jump over real quick to Revelation 13, showing you this serpent, this beast, this great red dragon, this damn deceiver, this white man who is the devil. Let's go over to Revelation 13, real quick, verse 13. It's saying he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. What was one of the great wonders that he did when he dropped the atomic bomb? I think that was in 1948. It say, and deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. So think about his miracles. How do he do his miracles? He do his miracles with his signs. And he deceived them that dwell on the earth by doing these miracles with his signs. And you got a lot of our people that sit up there, they be like, hey, you know, science is the way. Science is the way. That's why you got a whole group of people going into Scientology now. But yet you got the conscious community, they fight against Scientologists too. They feel like their way is the only way. But when actually a lot of stuff they teach parallels with the Bible. I'm going to get ready to go into it in a minute. Like the first off with the serpent thing. You know what I'm saying? Now they sit up there and say the white man is a shape-shifting serpent. Some of them do. He ain't no damn shape-shifting serpent. And he ain't no damn shape-shifting serpent. Yeah, he was created by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And he's described as a dragon. He's described as a serpent. Why? Because he is deceiver and he is subtle as hell. He is subtle. When you look up the word subtle, let's get it real quick. And y'all could have found a reason why we don't battle with these conscious folks. Let the other camps do it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that. Subtle. Let me see. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Subtle. I think I'm gonna look up the word subtlety. Hold on. Subtle. Let me see. I can't find it. Subtle. Let me see. Okay. I don't know, man. The word let me see the definition of subtle. Sometimes, it spells subtle. All right, hold on, y'all. It spells subtle. My fault. Sometimes spells subtle. Okay. So delicate or precise as to be difficult to analyze or describe. You see that? Making use of clever and indirect methods to achieve something. The same way he did with Eve. He told Eve, "You surely shall not die." You know what I'm saying? He told Eve, "You surely shall not die." You know what I'm saying? You can be God. You ain't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So this white man, or this so-called white man, because he ain't white, he actually red. You know what I'm saying? It's he's subtle. Making use of clever and indirect methods to achieve something. Delicately complex and understated. It says so delicate or precise as to difficult to analyze or describe. Let me see, what does it say? Capable of making fine distinctions, arranged in an ingenious and elaborate way, crafty, cunning. I like this one right here. Crafty, cunning. That's the one I like. So this dude, he real crafty, real cunning. He know what he be doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, go right back to what we was at. Revelation 13, verse 14. And deceived them that dwelled on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And when you think about it, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't travel. When you travel, when you sit up there and travel, you travel around the earth, you will know and understand that everybody on earth, in every country, they worshiping this white man. In every country, his image is there and they worshiping this white man. Why? Because his signs. That's why, go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 real quick, verse 20. We don't teach that science ain't right. We don't teach that some of the science ain't right, because we know a lot of black men are scientists out here, and the Most High put the spirit on them to understand things. Solomon being one. Let's read this real quick. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. So he said, avoid the oppositions of science. Why? Because they try to use science to oppose God. The same thing with the conscious community. They try to use science to be opposition with God. So he said, and oppositions of signs falsely so-called. Avoid that right there. He said you need to avoid those oppositions of signs falsely so-called. He told them to keep that which is committed to thy trust. What is committed to our trust? The law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And this Bible right here. Now, there was another scripture that's popped in my head that I want to get. I can't think of it right now. Let me see. And it's still dealing with signs. Okay, go to Wisdom of Solomon, because I want to show you. Like I'm saying, all signs, the signs that oppose the Most High, that's the signs that you want to avoid. Because you got two types of scientists, y'all know that, right? You got the scientists that prove, you got scientists that out here that believe in the Bible, and then you got the scientists that don't believe, the scientists that don't believe in the Bible. Them the ones that's always opposition with God. The scientists that believe in the Bible, they'll sit up there and tell you, hey, look, this true, this true. You know what I'm saying? This true. And the reason why we know this true, because we can prove it with science. Even when you read about this, when you read about the story in Genesis, Exodus, dealing with the Passover and the plagues, you got scientists that prove that they actually happen. And then you got scientists that try to oppose that they actually happen. Now you got scientists, the scientists that prove that it actually happened, they were saying that, okay, like, let me think. Okay, the reason why the water turned into blood, they said that the algae died in the water. And when the algae died in the water, it turned red. And from there, by the algae dying in the water, it was a real stressful environment for the frogs. So all the eggs hatched at one time, causing millions of frogs. Hey, look, that's serious, y'all. They got the whole layout showing you how it happened. You know what I'm saying? And we know that the Most High manipulate the elements. And let's go to Wisdom of Solomon real quick, because I want to show you that Solomon understood the science of things. Let me see. Now I forgot exactly what the scripture, and I ain't been here so long, y'all. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. So I ain't telling you, you know what I'm saying, that science, that it ain't no truth in science. I'm telling you, be careful of the science that oppose God. You know what I'm saying? Be careful of the science that oppose God. Hold on. Where I'm at? Hold on, y'all. I gotta Google this scripture real quick. Y'all give me a minute. Okay. If anybody know where this scripture posted for me, because I want to read it. Then we're gonna jump deep into this thing. And I think it's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9, verse 1. And I think I was just there. Man, I was just there. All right, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute. Let me check it out. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I can't find it. All right, I know what to put in. Let's jump over to, I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 10. Let me see. All right, hold on. Operation of the elements. All right, y'all. Trying to get it. Let me see. Let me see. All right, I got it now. Dang. Wisdom of Solomon 7. Wisdom of Solomon 7. I got, hey, look. Hey, I was stuck on this judge, y'all. I had to pull it. Wisdom of Solomon 7. Here you go. All right, Adam just posted. All praise. Look, I'm on the other screen. All right, here we go. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. Let me see where we're going to start at. Verse 8. No, it ain't 8. Hold on, hold on. All right, let's start at verse 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons, the circuits of years and the positions of stars, the natures of living creatures. You see that? That's science. The natures of living creatures is going into science. Let's read on. And the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men. That's psychology right there. The damn reasonings of men. Let's read. The diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. What they call that when you're dealing with plants? Hold on, let me see. Let me look it up. The study of plants. Hey, look, we better cut this damn country stuff up, man. For real, we gonna cut this stuff up today, man. These folks, hey, this conscious community, man, botany. That's what it called, botany. The study of plants. It's called botany. They got a class about that. Guess what? Solomon understood that. But yet they'll sit up there and try to say, well, the Bible ain't a true book. You know what I'm saying? Okay, hold on. Let me see. So Solomon, he knew botany. Let's see what else he knew. Okay, the study of animals or the behavior of animals. He knew zoology. That's what they called it today, zoology, because God gave him the wisdom of that. Let's see what else. So let's read it again from the top, y'all. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, verse 17. For he have given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operations of elements. Hold on, let me see some. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I'm trying to see what they call it when you study elements. I'm trying to think, is that physics? For many centuries, biology study of elements. I don't got a certain name for that. But remember, y'all, they got the periodic table. And with their periodic table, what they doing with their periodic table? Studying elements. Okay, somebody put chemistry and physics. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, physics. So they got the periodic table. Let's keep going. It's the operations of elements. And remember, the Lord shows how these elements operate. Let's keep going. The beginning, ending, and midst of times. So also the Lord showed him prophecy too. That's one thing you'll never see the conscious community speak about is prophecy. It's prophecy. Let's keep going. The alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of the seasons, the circuits of years and the positions of the stars, the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and that's dealing with the weather. That's dealing with the weather. Hold on. Let me see some. Y'all give me a minute. Because you got, just like how they sit up there and try to, okay, that's meteorology, or climatology, or astrophysic physics. You know what I'm saying? And astrophysic chemistry. All of them are meteorology. All of them is astroperic sciences. You know what I'm saying? All right, where we at? Let's keep going. Let's see. Where we at? Verse 20. The natures of living creatures and the furies of beasts, the violence of winds and the reasons of men, and the diversities of plants, and the virtues of roots, and all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. For wisdom, which is the work of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtile, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick which cannot be letted, ready to be good. So look, with all his science, with all Solomon's knowledge, did he try to oppose God? Hell no. He didn't try to oppose God. Now look, let's go from there. So now dealing with science. Now I'm going to show you how the country community, how a lot of the stuff pyramid with the Bible. Now a lot of them, you got some of them, I'm going to tell you, one of the brothers' name is Polite. He said he believed in extraterrestrials. He believed in extraterrestrials. Another brother, now look, and they sit up there and try to say that we extraterrestrial beings. You know what I'm saying? Now, we teach, go to Psalms real quick. Chapter 82. I think it's 82. Verse 6. It says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all the nations. So we believe that we are gods. But right now, we dying like men. Why are we dying like men? You know what I'm saying? Why are we dying like men? Because we broke the commandments of God. Also, we lost our power. We fell from heaven. We fell from rulership. See, they don't know and understand this Bible, and they don't know and understand what we teach. They're going bow to these little groups, you know what I'm saying, that's trying to get money. We ain't trying to get no money, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to get no money. Look, they go, you got one of your countries dude in here right now. All right, look, let me stop right there. So let me go to Genesis 1. Now, one of the things that they teach, I ain't gonna call the dude name out. He a big dude in this country community. Matter of fact, he been sitting up there dismantling y'all country's community. Y'all can't even deal with him by yourself. This one young dude, he is dismantling y'all country's community, and you can't even deal with him by yourself. Now, check this out. Now, they tell you to read science books, which written by the white man, instead of the Bible, which written by the black man. Now, dealing with their meta nature, that damn thing ain't been deciphered. The pyramid text ain't been deciphered. None of these texts that they got ain't been deciphered. And the reason why these texts have not been deciphered, because they can't read them. The damn language don't exist no more. And now damn black man went to these pyramids to decipher these giants. They sat up there, they listening, and they following the books of the white man who so-called decipher this stuff. And since a lot of black men don't like to read, proof in the pudding that the meta nature ain't been deciphered. That edit is saying the dudes that wrote the pyramid, that built the pyramid, is basically the pyramid is 20,000 years old than the men who so-called supposedly wrote it. So it got to be some type of lie up within there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it is what it is. And so now look, let's go back to where we was at. Some of them, they believe the light and the sun was spoken into existence. That's Genesis 1. Let's go there. They said, believe that it was spoken into existence by some type of waves, some type of micro radio waves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now look, go to Genesis 1. They believe the sun and the light that was spoken into existence. Now you go to Genesis 1, verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So what? The Lord spoke that into existence. They believe that. So they actually saying they believe in the Bible. Because I have heard some of these members of the conscious community say that they believe in some of the stuff to be truth in the Bible, and this is one of them. So hold on, you said so the Bible got to be true. And it's saying God said, let there be light, and there was light. So they believe that the light and they believe that the sun was spoken into existence. Now, let's go from there. Let's jump down to Genesis chapter 1. Because your conscious community dude up in here is sitting up here talking about, hey, go to Genesis 1. I went straight there. But look, don't come on here to debate, dude. Look, if you don't believe what we teach, just keep it moving, bro. We're going to dismantle your community because I'm going to tell you one thing I learned about the conscious community. They do all this debate. All this so-called sharing of information. I have not yet to see them once organize any damn thing. I have not yet seen them once to organize any damn thing, but yet they got so much information. They so deep, they so smart, but yet they have not organized. They have not seen, you ain't seen them organize not one thing. Islam, at least they organized the damn Million Man March. I give them that. they brought the Million Man March together. Islam did that. Farrakhan just did a Million Man March. Islam organized that. Who else? Hey, even Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was able to organize Negroes to sit up there to march for civil rights. They was able to organize Negroes to march for civil rights. Even us, when you look it up, we just brought the difference between us and them, the Nation of Islam, and even Martin Luther King, who was a Christian, that was able to organize black men and women to come together to march for civil rights. Even us, the Israelites, Israel united in Christ, we sat up there, we organized 1,000 black men to come together to be in order, to march in unity. We sat up there and put an army together and displayed it to the world. But you damn apologetics. The apologetics ain't done a damn, not apologetics, them two. These damn conscious folks ain't done nothing. They ain't done nothing but take black women money. That's all they do, y'all. Take black women money by doing what teacher saying, black woman, you got. Man, y'all, these country folks ain't did a damn thing. And the same nigga that's on here right now doing all his scoffing, you ain't done nothing for the black community. You know what I'm saying? So now with that being said, so now they do believe, let's go right back to Genesis 1. So some of them teach that the sun was spoken into existence through some type of radio waves or whatever. Why not just say the voice of God? Now look, let's go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven. So they believe that. They believe that the sun and the lights were spoken into existence. This out of the Bible. That's why I'm going to show you how a lot of this stuff they teach parallel with the Bible. It's saying, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So God created the sun and the moon. So that's true. They believe in that. That's in the Bible. It is what it is. Another thing some of them believe in, we said they believe the white man is the serpent, or they believe that he's the devil. That's in the Bible. Some of them believe in spaceships. Some of them believe in spaceships. It is what it is. Some of them believe in spaceships. Go to Ezekiel real quick, chapter 1, verse 4. That's in the Bible. You want us to sit up there and believe in a damn book or in a text that you can't read? You know what I'm saying? In a text that you can't read, well, the white man went into it and manipulated it and sit up there and say, well, no, don't read the Bible, which we know for sure that the prophets was black men and it was written on the walls. The hell you mean? That's why you got the that's why you got what you got the Church of Honorat. Well, it's showing you that all the prophets was black men. You know what I'm saying? It's showing you that the prophets was black men. It's showing you that Christ was a black man. It's showing you that Adam, Eve, all of these people was black. But yet you want us to sit up there and not follow that text that's written on the wall, but you want us to follow the text that's written on the pyramids. Come on, man, get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? When Africa way bigger than Egypt? Nah, man, y'all bugging, man. It is what it is. You got the Church of Bonnerat. You got the Roman catacombs. You know what I'm saying? You got all these places showing what we ruled at, because even the conscious community, they know and understand that we ruled Europe. We ruled Europe. So if we ruled Europe, and y'all saying, okay, we ruled Egypt, and y'all say that we put our images on the walls or whatever, which we know the Israelites are on the walls in the pyramids. We know that. You know what I'm saying? We never debunked that. You know what I'm saying? You try to debunk the Bible. When the whole time, y'all really do believe in the Bible. You just pissed off at God. That's the conclusion of the whole matter. These people that's in the conscious community, they believe in God, they just pissed off in God. That's it. They want to know why God made all this stuff happen to us. Why God is not absent. Why God let that little boy die. Why God do this. Why God took your mama from you. Why God let Mike Brown get shot down. That's all they want to know. Because y'all wicked and evil as hell. And you're in the midst of idolatry. Now, look, let me see. Let me see where we at. In Israel, it's in Africa. Israel is in Africa. Y'all slow as hell. Don't you not see that Israel is connected to Africa? I'm telling you, man, y'all some dumbass people. All right, here we go. Where we at? Now, some unbelieve in spaceships. Let's get Ezekiel 1 and 4. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 4. The brother just gonna say we is God. I just said we was God. I read that out the Bible. The Bible say we God. See, this is the proof of what I'm saying right here, y'all. This is the proof of what I'm saying. The brother just said, bro, I ain't on here to battle with you, Northside New. I got my own I got my own platform here. You go get your own damn platform, dude. Let me see you do a Facebook Live. Ain't nobody gonna be on your damn stuff, Northside New. Damn right, I see your comments. But you ain't gonna deter me away from what I'm doing. I ain't here to debate with you because you ain't nothing in this community. Period. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing not a damn thing for black women. You ain't bringing no truth out. You know what I'm saying? Now look, where we at? Ezekiel 1. So some of them believe in spaceships, y'all. Let's get this real quick. Ezekiel 1 and 4. So get your own platform, Northside Newt. I got mine. Get yours, bro. You ain't gonna convince nobody up in here because we already know that y'all some damn scandals in the conscious community. All y'all doing is taking black women money. All right, Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolded itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. So what we're going to, we're describing these spaceships. It's a, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. You know what I'm saying? So now, the Bible describes the spaceships, and it describes your so-called extraterrestrials. Because some of them believe in extraterrestrials too. And they believe, I'm telling you this, your boy Polite believe in extraterrestrials. You know what I'm saying? Now, hold on, before we go there real quick, let me show you extraterrestrials in the Bible. And I heard Polite out his own mouth. One of the dudes say the sun, the moon, the stars, and water, all of that is extraterrestrial. And look, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you the proof that all of that is in the Bible. First, go to 1 Corinthians 15. 1 Corinthians 15 real quick. When Christ come back, because I heard him say, how will he said they believe that 1 million niggas is coming from outer space to come back to defeat the white man and overturn him. Well, dude, you just said you believe that extraterrestrials built the damn pyramids. What the hell? So how can you not believe that it's 1 million black men coming up out of the sky to to destroy this man's system, to fight Esau. Now look, let's go to 1 Corinthians real quick, y'all. Chapter 15. I'm going to show y'all something right now. Verse, let me see. Verse 40. Because what they'll try to say, I'm going to tell you what they'll try to say, y'all. They'll sit up there and try to say, well, you is the black man is an extraterrestrial. That's what they're trying to say. But when you ain't extraterrestrial, you actually terrestrial die. Because you on earth, you in a terrestrial body. Listen to this. This 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. So it's celestial bodies. Those celestial bodies that the Bible is talking about is those extraterrestrial bodies. Those celestial bodies that the Bible is talking about is those extraterrestrial bodies. And bodies terrestrial. Those terrestrial bodies is these earthly bodies. That's the bodies that you're in now. It says the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Now, right now, y'all, we got terrestrial bodies. Why? Because we on earth. Now, let's jump over real quick to chapter 52. It said, a moment in the twinkling of an eye at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So, when Christ come back, we're going to be changed. That's when this terrestrial body going to turn celestial, or you become extraterrestrial. You're going to put on a celestial body. We're going to use the words that the Bible used, celestial. Just like the sun. The sun is the celestial body. The moon is a celestial body. Let me get that real quick. See, they hate the Bible when all knowledge is up in the Bible. And then these same dudes, they ain't doing nothing to build our community. They ain't organized nothing. They got all this knowledge, and ain't been able to organize nothing. All they do is organize debates to make money. Organize debates to make money. That's it. That's why I understand how other Israelites sat up there. That's how you know that for them to sit up there to go sit down and debate with them and, you know what I'm saying, go back and forth with these dudes, that it was all about money. So now, y'all, let's go to the book of Psalms. Let me get something real quick. I'm going to show y'all something about the sun, moons, and stars. Now, some of their best teachers, or they so-called best teachers, they set up there a lot of stuff that they agree with, or a lot of stuff that they teach, it comes directly out of the Bible. But since there's certain stuff in the Bible that they don't understand, they try to sit up there and try to debunk the Bible and go against the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Now, where we at? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find the scripture real quick. It's in Psalms. I ain't been to it in a minute, though. Let me see. All right, let me Google it real quick. All right, y'all give me a minute. Don't worry about the scoffer that's in the class. Psalms 148. Let's go to Psalms 148. Psalms 148, verse 1. Psalms 148, verse 1. It say, praise ye the Lord from the heavens. Praise him in the heights. Praise ye him, all his angels. Praise ye him, all his hosts. So what they'll call extraterrestrial, we'll say, hey, we'll be like them angels. But yet they'll say, don't believe in the angels, but believe in these extraterrestrials. Now, I got to stop right here, y'all. I'm going to come back. One of these dudes in the conscious community said, the extraterrestrials come to him and they give him information in his sleep. What's so different than from the Bible? Hey, go to Matthew 2 real quick, verse 12. Matter of fact, go to Genesis 31 and 11 first. Genesis 31 and 11. What's different from that than the Bible? When Jacob got information in his dream, or when Joseph got information in his dream, they keep trying to run from the Bible because they don't want to keep no commandments. They want to smoke weed. They want to pop pills. They want to sip the syrup. They say they're so conscious, but everything they're doing is unconscious. It's crazy as hell. Genesis chapter 31, verse 11. And the angel of God spake unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob. And I said, here I am. And he said, lift up now thy eyes and see all the rams which leaping upon the cattle are ring straight, speckled and grisly. For I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointest the pillar, and where thou vowedest a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee out from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred. So hold on. They sitting up there, you got some of these dudes in the conscious community that say that extraterrestrials come down and give them information in their dreams. In their dreams, they get abducted, and they give you information, and they wake up and write the information down. This in their conscious community. People actually believe this. They actually believe that. But I'm saying it ain't nothing wrong with believing that. Because what you call extraterrestrials, we call angels. You know what I'm saying? We call angels. Yeah, the angels will come and give you a message in your dreams. It happened to Jake. Who else it happened to? Go to Joseph. Let's go to Matthew 2, verse 12. Y'all crazy as hell. And everything I'm saying, y'all, this is true. These some of their doctors. Everything I'm saying is true. These some of their doctors. You know what I'm saying? Matthew chapter 2, verse 12. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. So here go another time. Here go another time that an angel, which in the conscious community they'll call it extraterrestrial, came down in a dream and gave a man some information. The information was, hey, you need to get the hell on, and you need to get up out of here because they're trying to kill you. The information that was given to Jacob at that time was telling, look, you need to leave this land. I know the stuff that Laban has done to you, and you need to go back to the land that I give it to your kindred. You know what I'm saying? Now, go to Amos chapter 3, verse 7. I'm showing y'all how a lot of the stuff that they're saying that they try to debunk the Bible, but a lot of this stuff that they're saying is coming up out of the Bible. I don't see how you can sit up there and debunk the Bible. Let's go to Amos 3 and 7. Bro, whatever you want to call it, bro. Whatever you want to call it, bro. You ain't going to eat nothing that's poisonous. If you so conscious, you ain't going to eat nothing that's poisonous. Some mushrooms are poisonous, Northside Nuke. Come on, bro. Wake up. You the one sleep. Wake up. You ain't going to eat nothing that's poisonous. For real. It's poisonous mushrooms out there that can kill you. I take mushrooms. The hell you mean? But I don't take hallucinogenic mushrooms, dude. For real. You got mushrooms that was created that the Lord gave you for medicine, Northside Nuke. Come on, man. Wake the hell up. You the one sleep. Show me what y'all organize in the community. Show me. So don't talk about no mushroom. You saying dumb. You sound dumb as hell right now. You got over 100 and some people looking at you, make a fool at yourself, and you supposed to be conscious. For real. Now what we at? Amos chapter 3, verse 7. It says, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto the servants, the prophets. So y'all sit up there in the conscious community, they say extraterrestrials and came down and spoken to them. But we said angels and came down and spoken to the prophets. The scripture says, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealed his secret to his servants, the prophets. He revealed his secrets to the servants, his prophets. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord has sent angels down to give, the angels will give the prophets information, and the prophets write the information down, or the prophets will go out there, they will teach, and they'll warn the people. Go from there to Job 33, verse 15. Job 33, verse 15. I'm going to show you another way the Lord instructs men. So what I'm trying to say is that actually a lot of stuff that they teach is in the Bible. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff they be teaching is in the Bible. It's in there. But they sit up there. They don't understand the Bible because they won't keep the commandment, number one. So they'll get to certain things and be confused. Job chapter 33, verse 15. It say, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep followed upon men and slumbers upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction. You see that? In a deep sleep, it say he gonna open the ears of men and seal their instructions. And that ain't, these men wasn't high, these men wasn't eating on no mushrooms, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you want, whatever word you want to call it. They wasn't eating mushrooms, they wasn't smoking weed. It's saying in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep followed upon men and slumbers upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. So the Most High seal the instructions in you while you sleep. They sit up there. I done heard them say out of their own mouth. Extraterrestrials will come down, give instruction. They wake up, they write down every damn thing that they just experienced or what they just happened. And then they go out and they give the instruction to you, to the so-called conscious community. What's the difference than a man sitting up there saying, God sent this angel to him, gave him instructions, and he went out to prophesy? What's the difference? For real though, what is the damn difference? Hey man, I'm telling you, man. And then they claim to be conscious. You can't be conscious. You got to be unconscious. The same people sit up there and say the sun was spoken into existence by electromagnetic waves or micro radio waves. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see something with speech. Let me see something. I'm looking up some. Let me stop. Hold on, y'all. Y'all give me a minute. Give me a minute. Y'all ignore Northside Nuke. Hey, bro, we love you, bro. You gotta wake the hell up, though. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me see. Y'all give me a minute. I'm looking up something real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find something. All right, now sound, y'all, sound. So the brother said it was spoken into existence by these so-called waves. All right, let me see some. Sound. It's in physics, sound is a vibration that typically propagates as an audible wave of pressure through a transmission medium such as gas, liquid, or solid. In human physiology and psychology, sound is the reception of such waves and their perception by the brain. Humans can only hear sound waves as distinct pitches when the frequency lies between about 20 hertz and 20 kilohertz. Sound above 20 kilohertz is ultrasound, is not perceptible by humans. Sound waves below 20 hertz are known as infrasound. Different animal species have varying hearing ranges. So now, sound, when you speak through sound, I'm trying to find the properties of sounds. Hold on. And I don't care about no brother. The brother sit up there talking about he knows stuff about heart, bro. Nobody don't give a damn about that. For real. If you're a scholar then do something to help our people. So look, y'all, you got acoustic sound, infrasound, ultrasound. You got all different type of sound waves. You know what I'm saying? The point that I went here to make is that they said the sun was spoken into existence by certain type of waves, sound waves. There was God speaking the sun into existence. There was God speaking life into existence. The same way He created the earth and He created you. Now look, let me see what was that. Let me see one minute. All right, go to Hosea 12 verse 10. Hosea 12 verse 10. So a lot of stuff that they believe in, y'all. Some of them they believe in extraterrestrials, but they say you the extraterrestrial. When in fact you are in a terrestrial body. You are not extraterrestrial because if you had a celestial body, you know what I'm saying, then you wouldn't be able to die. You know what I'm saying? You will be immortal if you had a celestial body. So you are not extraterrestrial. You know what I'm saying? They believe in the spaceships. When you read Ezekiel 1 through 4, and all throughout the Bible, the prophets describe the spaceships. You got people in the conscious community now, they're saying that they have seen spaceships. You know what I'm saying? There's no lie. Northside Nuke know what I'm talking about. He know exactly what I'm talking about. They say, I already found it, Northside Nuke. Someone believe that these extraterrestrials come down and give information in a dream. We read in Matthew 12, 2 and 12, and Genesis 31 and 11, how Jacob and how Joseph received instructions in a dream. That's in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? We read how some believe that light and the sun was spoken into existence, you know what I'm saying? Why? Through the various sound waves, there was what we call the heavens, you know what I'm saying? What we call the heavens, through the various sound waves in what we call the heavens, it was spoken to existence. And they believe that it was from a certain dimension. We call it the third heavens. Matter of fact, let me get there real quick. They believe that it came from, these sound waves came from a certain dimension or a certain part of, let me see, just like I said, see, they know how to use big words. I don't use big words. I'm straight up out of the streets. I don't use no big words, and I ain't trying to use them. I always had a problem with speech. It is what it is, but the knowledge is there. All right, let me see. Let me get this young about the third heaven. They were saying from another galaxy, though. They said that these sound waves came from another galaxy, which therefore brought the sun into existence. All right, they spoke the sun into existence. Go to 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. But I will work on my speech. I guess if I use some of the big words, like that, what they be using, which is all BS, you know what I'm saying, just to sit up there to throw you off and make you seem deep, then they'll be more acceptable unto what we teach when bringing out the truth. Because while brother arguing with me, every damn thing I brought out today is what they believe. It is what it is. Y'all gonna look it up for yourself. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. It's just that by me being able to discern good and evil, I can listen to these dudes and being read the whole Bible and keeping the commandments of God. I can listen to these dudes and flat out sit up there and say, look, you see, I can say, look, that's in the Bible. Oh, that's in the Bible. Well, I read about this here, and I read about that there, and I read about this here. You know what I'm saying? For real. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. I knew a man in Christ above 14 years ago. Whether in body, I cannot tell, or whether out of the body, I cannot tell. God knoweth. Such a one caught up to the third heaven. So we know that the Most High God is in the third heavens. And they say that these sound waves came from another dimension, or another galaxy, or another realm. That's what they say. It came from another dimension, galaxy, or another realm. And these sound waves spoke light and spoke the sun into existence. We trying to tell y'all there was the Most High God in the third heavens. There was the Most High God in the third heavens that spoke light and that spoke the sun into existence. That's what we trying to say. So what the hell? I don't know why you're arguing with me. That's it. We just trying to say that the Bible is a true book. Don't leave the Bible out. You know. Now let me see. Let's go from there to Hosea 5 real quick, verse 15. Then we're gonna go to Hosea 12. All right, y'all better get ready to wrap it up. All right, Hosea 5. verse 15. Hosea 5, verse 15. It says, I will go and return to my place. What is this place that the Lord said he's going to go and return into? He said, I will go and return to my place. This place is the third heavens. Till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. And their affliction, they will seek me early. So the Lord said he's going to return to his place, the third heavens. The third heavens is where the Lord spoke when he said, let there be light, and let there be the sun, the moon, the stars in the sky, where he spoke everything into existence. And last but not least, they tell you to read science books. It's written by the white man instead of the Bible. Instead of the Bible, by black men. The majority of their books they read is by white men. And even you got this dude that with the Nuwabians, you can go online now where they're showing you that how the founder of the Nuwabians, how this dude set up there, he plagiarized all the white man books. He plagiarized the white man books. It is what it is. He plagiarized all these books. And they're showing you what the books are, where you got the information out, and how you put the information in them books. The same way the Quran tried to plagiarize the Bible, because the Quran came 600 years after the Bible. Muhammad came 600 years after the Bible. He couldn't read or write or nothing. So how the hell he get this information? That's why you know Islam is false. You know what I'm saying? Islam is false as hell too. You know, but you can sit up there, you can look this information up. All the information out there, y'all. We know the Bible is a true book. Why? Because of the prophecies. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. The white man didn't write this over 7,000 years ago, because even the conscious community will tell you that they weren't even in power 7,000 years ago. Let's get Deuteronomy real quick, chapter 28. Deuteronomy chapter 28, let's start at verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So the Most High God told Israel, if we don't keep his commandments, he told the Israelites, if they don't keep his commandments, that all these curses are going to come upon them and overtake them. Hey, we know that. We ain't no Christians though, bruh. No, so I knew we ain't Christians. We ain't no religions. That's what mess y'all up when y'all roll up on the Israelites. That's why every last one of these so-called conscious people that have ran up on me on the streets have got put to work. These Egyptologists have got put to work. Because even when you deal with Egyptology, you got to ask yourself, where did Egypt learn their information from? What did the Egyptians get their information from? They got their ancient information from Shinar or Sumer, the ancient Sumerians. The ancient Sumerians is when all nations was together, when all nations was one. You can read about that in Genesis chapter 10. All nations was one. That's where you get Shinar or Samaria from. They was way before. The ancient Sumerians came way before the Egyptians came. That's why when you get them necklaces like this, everybody was black then. There wasn't no white man in existence at the time. When you get them necklaces that they wear like that, they come from ancient Samaria. You know what I'm saying? Look, this we're talking about what? You don't know no real history, no side new. You gotta go back and study, bro. That's why I'm saying y'all keep sitting up there, you try to punch out the Bible, but you really don't understand, and you don't know or got no truth. So like I was saying, let's go back to these curses. These curses are prophecy. Verse 16, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. So Moses told the Israelites, if you don't keep God's commandments, these curses are going to come upon you. You're going to be cursed in the cities that you dwell, and you're going to be cursed in the field. If you look at the communities that the Black, Hispanic, and Native American men populate, they're the poorest communities on the planet Earth. They are the poorest communities on the planet Earth. When you look at who was cursed, who was forced to pick cotton, who was forced to pick cotton, who was forced to pick sugarcane, who was forced to work in these fields without pay, you know what I'm saying, from sun up to sundown, you'll see that they're having to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because guess what? The Hispanics, they was in the fields too, and the Native Americans was in the fields. They'll try to act like they weren't in the fields, but yes, they was out there in the fields as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they end up refusing to work. They refused to die. They refused to work, so they chose to die. They chose death. Let's go right back to what was there. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and daughters shall be given to another people. Whose sons and daughters were given to another race of people? This happened over 7,000. This was prophesied over 7,000 years ago. And I ain't gonna get that number. I say over 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. Remember, the white man only been in power for what? A good 600 years now. He only been back in power a good 600 years. 1,000 years for that. Before that, we was ruling. You know what I'm saying? So these prophecies is over 3,000 years old, over 5,000 years old. Now sons and daughters shall be given unto another people. Whose sons and daughters were given to another race of people? They happened to us. They happened to the Israelites. They happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It say, and thy eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. Do we got any power in our hand? No. You know what I'm saying? Where our nuclear weapons at? No. Where our banks at? We don't even got monetary power to sit up there to stand up and fight against our enemies. You know? And the conscious community claim to be so conscious, but they have not done nothing to organize black men and women with their information. Hell, you got the Israelites. The Israelite groups that scattered throughout the earth is doing better organizing black men and women than the conscious community is doing. You know what I'm saying? All the conscious community is doing is sitting up there robbing people for their money, doing debates, and putting information out. They living off, they research information to give to you, whether proven to be true or whether proven to be false. Whether proven to be true or false. They research information to put out there to make it sound deep so they can sit up there and get your money. That's why I noticed all our class is free. Go on to one of their little debates or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We don't charge you for the information. We give you the information for free. You know what I'm saying? We don't got none that's saying, look, pay $5 here, pay $20 there. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no button that you hit that you pay $5 here to receive the information. The information is free. But in order for a lot of them to give you the information, you got to pay for this debate or you got to pay for this lecture. You know what I'm saying? We don't sit up there and charge you for no debates or lectures. We go out there on the streets and we bring forth the word of God. We bring forth this information. We show you the books that we're reading out of. A lot of the information that these brothers and sisters teaching in the conscious community, you like, where the hell is information coming from? Show it to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to read this. But they won't give you the books. They'll say, well, I won't give you the book unless he debate me and this, that, and that. Come on, man. Look, bring forth the information. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21 to prove all things. That's why a lot of them, when they speak to you, they say, look, don't use the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Don't use no books. Because they want to go off the top of their head, just like the brother that's been scoffing for a whole hour and 30 minutes straight that so-called claim to be conscious. If I was conscious, I'm going to tell you, look, I know I'm conscious. That's why I don't go on the conscious community. I don't go in their live feeds or their live chats and try to prove the Bible to be real. That's why I know I'm conscious. You unconscious. The reason why you unconscious, the reason why this brother that's right here right now, y'all, the reason why he unconscious is because he's supposed to be conscious and have all the information and know that they are guys and know that they this and know that they that, which I didn't disagree with. The Bible said we gods, so I don't disagree with that. He's supposed to have all this information, but yet he's here trying to battle me. That's how you know he unconscious. I'm conscious. That's why I don't go on their forums. I don't go on their platforms and post in their chat rooms and try to sit up there to get them to acknowledge my information. What the hell with them? Why? Because I'm conscious. You feel me, y'all? So now look what we had. Let's go to Deuteronomy real quick, chapter 28. Let's go back to the prophecies. So now what you was reading about in Deuteronomy 28, verse 32, it said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people, and thy eyes shall look and fare with longer for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. So that did happen. Our sons and daughters was given to another race of people. That happened to us. We was enslaved. We was enslaved, and we have no type of power. We have no type of military might. We have no type of financial might or no kind of economic might. Let's go to verse 33. It said, the fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. What we're going into prophecies about colonialism. He's going into prophecies about colonialism. It's saying thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. Why? Because in certain lands that we dwelt, when we was on the west coast of Africa, or when we was on the west coast of Africa, certain lands where we dwelt at, they came and took the resources, and they still taking the resources now. Just like even in certain islands where our people still dwelling in now, they'll sit up there and say, well, look, we're going to give this island their independence, but they're still taking the resources from off them islands, just like Haiti. Haiti was one of the first, reason why I love the history of Haiti so much, because when you deal with Haiti history, they were the first ones to free themselves from their oppressors. You know what I'm saying? They fought the British off, they fought the Spanish off, and they fought the French off. And choosing rather to be enslaved, they sat up there and chose to sit up there and say, instead of us being enslaved, we'll sit up there, we'll basically, because the white man like, we want reparations, we're like, we'll give you reparations instead of to be enslaved and to get any help from the white man. So that's what they chose. But then, you know what I'm saying, now you have you had the hurricane hit, and the white man came over there and found oil instead of sitting up there. And I'm gonna tell you what else they did. First, they sat up there. They said they raised billions of dollars to help the Haitian people, and the Clintons stole all their money. Then they found oil and gold in Haiti, and what they do, they went right back into Haiti, and they still sucking the resources out of Haiti, living off the resources. So that's why I say verse 33, the fruit of thy land, think about dealing with Haiti. They found oil in Haiti, and they found gold in Haiti. Their oil and gold is enough to make their country sufficient. Because if anybody go to Haiti, y'all see that Haiti is a poor country. You know what I'm saying? Haiti is a poor country. It said the fruit of thy land and the fruit and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. Dealing with the Native American Indians or the so-called tribe of Gad. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Gad, when the so-called white man came over here, the so-called Native American Indians, they had they had crops planted. You know what I'm saying? They had farms and stuff like that. They had cattle. They had all that. But when the white man came, what they do? They stole it. They stole it. It say, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. And look at Gad now. Gad is living on reservations. They said some reservations are like Haiti. They like third world countries. So you got to ask yourself, hold on, how the hell are you supposed to be living in the greatest country on the planet Earth? But yet you got Native Americans who lands this was before Esau, the so-called white man, came over here. Who land this was? How the hell are they living on reservations that's like third world countries? You know what I'm saying? It said thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. Verse 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight that thy eyes shall see. Now look, let's jump down real quick to verse 37. It said, thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Lord shall lead thee. Meaning your names was going to be changed. Our names was changed. You know what I'm saying? Our names was changed by our oppressors. They changed your name. They're the ones who was calling you, started calling you Negro, or started calling you nigger. You know what I'm saying? They changed your name. And example of that is when you watch Roots. When you watch Root, remember when the slave master changed Kunta Kinte's name to Toby. You know what I'm saying? These were our God-given names. We was given the names of our oppressors. So, and we was given the religion of our oppressor. So let's just say if your oppressor or your slave master was named Charles Smith, then most likely you will be given a name, you'll be given his last name. He'll name you Toby Smith. And if he was a Jehovah's Witness, you will be a Jehovah's Witness. If he was a Baptist, you will be a Baptist. If he a Christian, you will be a Christian. Whatever religion your slave master was, that's what you will be. So you took on his name and his religion. Let's read that again. Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Let's jump from there to verse 43. It said, the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt get down very low. When we left out of Egypt, the strangers left with us. They call it the mixed multitude. They was our servants. They was our slaves. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that served us. But when we broke God's commandments, it said the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Now these nations, now these strangers, they above us. They're above us. Why? Because we broke the commandments of God. And now we at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Let's read on. Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. We go to them for loans. They don't come to us for loans. We go to them for loans. Even if you want to sit up there and say, well, we African. When all the African countries, they go to Great Britain, or they go to the Dutch, or they go to the Spain, or they go to America for money. That's who they go to. All the African countries go to white men for money, or they'll sit up there, they go to Asia for money, the Chinese, the Japanese. That's why you see the Chinese guy, they looking at China now. I mean, they're looking at Africa now because they know whoever controls Africa controls the resources. And if you control the resources, you can become one of the most powerful countries on the planet Earth. You know, let's read on. Not that now we ain't African, but we do got our people. They scattered all throughout Africa. Let's read on. Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and overtake thee and pursue thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So if you want to identify the Israelites today, how do you identify the Israelites? You identify the Israelites through these curses that was put upon them. One of the curses was, curse shall they be in the city, and curse shall they be in the field. If you look around and you see who populate the poorest communities, anywhere you go on this earth, you'll see that it's Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So that's one sign of who the Israelites are. They're going to be cursed in the city. They're going to live in the worst cities. Curse shall they be in the field. Another sign of who the Israelites going to be is that they was going to be cursed in the fields. We was the one that was cursed in the plantations. We was cursed in the plantations to work from free. You know what I'm saying? From sun up to sundown. No money, no pay. Pick cotton, sugar cane, tomatoes, rice, whatever type of plantation it was, tobacco. We was in there, sun up to sundown. Another sign of who the Israelites are is that their sons and daughters was going to be given to another people. You know what I'm saying? Their sons and daughters was going to be given to another race of people, and there wasn't going to be no might in their hand to stop their sons and daughters from being given to another race of people, or to get their sons and daughters back from another race of people. If you look at it now, we're still in the hands of this other race of people. Another sign who the Israelites are today is that their names was going to be changed. They was going to become proverbs, and they was going to be called by proverbs and bywords. That's another sign of the Israelite, who the Israelites are. Another sign that we read who the Israelites is today, that all nations was going to be high above them, and they was going to come down, and they was going to be low under all nations. They were going to be at the bottom of all nations, and all nations was going to be over them. If you look at it, the East Indians ruling over us, the Chinese ruling over us, the Japanese ruling over us, the white man ruling over us, the Israelites ruling over us. Think about how these people come into our neighborhoods and they mistreat our people. You know what I'm saying? You've been seeing videos of how Moab sitting up there doing our sisters in them nail salons and in them beauty parlors and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You see how these people mistreat us. You know how Ishmael treat us in our communities. Then they sit up there and try to act like they here, especially Ishmael. They try to act like they black and try to act like they're cool. Oh yeah, what's up? This, that, and that. And then they turn around and try to mistreat you and stuff like that. I remember when I was young, I was probably about 12, 13 years old. And you know, we were sitting up there, we were playing football. You know how when you play catch, you were throwing the football around. And one of the brothers threw the football. He ended up hitting the door of one of the Ishmaelite stoves. Man, Ishmaelite pulling out a goddamn AK on us. That's it. Ishmael pulled out a whole AK on us. You know what I'm saying? So they hate our people. They're like, look, it was a mistake, dude. You know, the ball hit the door. Nobody was trying to break it, though. We ain't never robbed your stove. But that shows the hatred that they got for us, pulling a whole AK out on us. Verse 44 is another sign of who the Israelites are. It said these nations was going to lend to us, but we weren't going to lend to them. And when you think about it, we go to these nations for student loans. We go to these nations for payday loans. We go to these nations for, any type of loan you want, we go to them for it. You know what I'm saying? It said he should be the head and thou should be the tail. They gonna always be ahead of us and we're gonna be behind them. All right, verse 47. It say, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 47, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. So God said, look, since you don't want to serve me in one of all things, said now you're going to have to sit up there and serve your enemies for food. You got to serve your enemies for water, and you have to serve your enemies for clothes. That's another sign of who the Israelites are today. The white man didn't write this. This was written over 5,000 years ago. He didn't prophesy this. So these people who they claim to be, extraterrestrials that came down to give them information to go out to give to everybody else, God, who is an extraterrestrial or a celestial being, sat up there and gave Moses this information to sit up there to give to the Israelites. They let them know, look, if you do this, this is going to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? And now, by us being asleep in captivity for so long and waking up to learn our true identity, because we ain't no damn Egyptians, because out of all the people that's over there in Africa, why do the conscious community always lean towards Egypt? Why do they always lean toward Egypt? They'll never lean towards the Pygmies. They'll never lean towards the Hottentots. You know what I'm saying? They'll never lean towards none of them other African tribes. They always lean towards the Egyptians. That's it. That's how you know that their doctrine is a false doctrine. For real. What we at? It's saying, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger. So that's another sign who the Israelites are. They're going to go to their enemies for food and in thirst. Another sign that they're going to go to their enemies in want of thirst and in nakedness. Another sign that who the Israelites are, they're going to have to go to their enemies for clothes. Because we don't manufacture our own clothes. We don't even produce our own fabric to make our own clothes. Even though some of you sisters and brothers, y'all make your own clothes, who you buying the fabric from? Who you buying the textile from? Who you getting the silk from? Who you getting the cotton from? You getting that cotton from our enemies. And in want of all things, anything you want, your toilet tissue, your cell phones, your remote controls, your water, your railroad, your microphone, you know what I'm saying? The keys to your vehicle, your house, all of that, you getting that stuff from your enemies. You know? It's saying he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Another sign that you the Israelites is that you was going to have a yoke of iron upon your neck. This was written what? This was written over 5,000 years ago. But yet, for some reason, these men who claim to be conscious, which a lot of stuff they believe parallels with what we teach. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff they believe parallel with what we teach. They sit up there and they try to debunk the Bible, try to say that it ain't true. When we keep telling them that we ain't no religion, that we don't study religion, all we are telling our people to do, come together under the commandments. I heard one of them say that he do believe in God, but he believe in God is our ancestor, believe in talking to our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? He said his grandma died, so since his grandma died, that's the God that he gonna pray to. That's what he said. That's the God that he gonna pray to. So what you praying for? The whole meaning of prayer. Think about prayer. Where do you get prayer from? Prayer comes from the Bible. The whole ideology of a God comes from the Bible. It comes from the Bible. So where you get the ideology of a God from? From the Bible, because that's where you heard the word at. From the Bible. Not no damn texts on the wall. You know what I'm saying? That you claiming that they deciphered in Egypt. They didn't decipher none of them texts. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They can't read the language, and a lot of you can't even understand the pictures. Because if you understood the pictures and you understood the hieroglyphics on the wall, you understand that the Israelites was on the wall and that they had the Israelites service in captivity to them. You understand that. So you don't understand the texts that's on the wall. We can look at the wall and see that the Israelites is on the wall, but yet you still want to say that the Israelites never existed. You know what I'm saying? Their nation only came into existence. I forgot when they said their nation came into existence. When they understand that we came into it when our people was already when they don't understand that Jacob did have 12 sons, and that them 12 sons did multiply in the land of Egypt, and then we did leave the land of Egypt with Pharaoh's body. You know, we left the land of Egypt with Pharaoh's body. That's why in some of the I think it's one of the not Pharaoh's body, Joseph's body. We left the land of Egypt with Joseph's body because Joseph told us to do it, and bury his bones in the land of his fathers. That's why that's why they're still trying to figure out why one of the damn pyramids is missing a body out of one of the coffins. They're still trying to figure that out. In the Bible telling you why it happened. Look, let's go right back to Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. You know what I'm saying? Even wood and stone. So what the scripture said, look, the prophecy, Moses said, look, you're going to become a member of all religions. That's another sign of who the Israelites are. We're a member of all religions. And you're a Scientologist now. You're an Egyptologist now. You're so-called conscious. Let me see. You're a Baptist. You're a Christian. You're a Buddha. You're a Muslim. You everything under the sun now. That's Bible prophecy. This was read over 5,000 years ago. And the white man didn't write it. The prophets was black men. And we got proof of that. So we're going to go by text on the walls. Let's go by our pictures on the wall. Let's go by the pictures in the church of the Burnett. Let's go by the pictures in the Roman catacombs. Because we ruled Rome too. We ruled Rome. You know, so let's go by those pictures. I do Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. This is my last scripture, y'all. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So if anybody understand, when you go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 2, Egypt is synonymous or a synonym for the house of bondage or for bondage. Let's get it. Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. If you look up the word Mizraim, it means to bind. You know what I'm saying? Or to bond. So the Lord called Egypt, or Mizraim, the house of bondage. Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. And what's another name for that? Slavery. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So in Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, the Lord was saying, I'm going to bring you into the house of bondage again. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, or the house of bondage again, with ships. What nation of people went into slavery on cargo slave ships? That happened to us. That's another sign of who the Israelites are today. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. See what no more again? Your homeland no more again. You didn't even supposed to go into slavery again, but you went. Why? Because you broke the commandments of God. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Who was on slave ships and who was sold? This was written over 5,000 years ago. This was written over 5,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up, y'all. I got to get ready to get on the road. Well, not necessarily the road, but I got to get ready to leave. I'll tell you, they don't even own a toilet tissue factory. You can't make no other book with this Bible. Go to Isaiah 34:16. We know this Bible true because the prophecy is real and they still coming to pass. But until the conscious community show me that they can organize black men and women with the information they got, then they're going to be right there. They're still going to be right there at the bottom of the totem pole with all the information they got. Isaiah chapter 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want to make. From my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it have gathered it. The most I said we're going to go into slavery on ships, his spirit made that happen. His mouth commanded. The same thing with the sun. How they said the sun was spoken to existence. The most I said, let there be light. Hey, it was light. He said, let there be waters. It was waters. He said, let there be let there be the sun and the moon, and it was the sun and the moon. You know, for real. His mouth, it command. You can't make the Bible with no other book. If anything, all the information that y'all going and getting, they gathered out the Bible and they added into the books. That's why y'all got a lot. That's why the conscious community got a lot of things that parallel with the. That's parallel with the Bible. I keep saying parallel. It's parallel, y'all. It's parallel. The word is going out big time. Yeah, look, it's over with for the conscious community. It's over with for them. That's it. Why you think they ain't doing it? What Umar Johnson school at? For real, all that money that them people send him, that's what they need to do. Go question Umar. Don't come question us. Go question this dude about this damn school he's supposed to be doing for y'all. For real. They on our, and look, notice how they ain't on our platform. They don't got no platform for themselves. They got all this information. They got all this information. They don't got no platform for themselves. No, it ain't no opinion. Everything I just brought out. See, if brothers would have been listening to the class instead of trying to scoff, what I was doing, I was paralleling what the conscious community believes that's in the Bible. Y'all the ones that say the Bible ain't a true book. I'm trying to show you that some of the stuff that you believe, or the majority of the stuff that you believe, is in the Bible. Then I went into the reason, because a lot of y'all say, why God let this happen, and why your God let that happen, and why your God allowed this to happen. I went into the Bible and showed you the reason why it happened. That's it. That's all. That's all I was doing right there. It is what it is. You know, so look, y'all, I ain't gonna sit up here and go back and forth with these dudes, man. They talking about we sleep, they sleep. The reason why you sleep is because you in here. I don't go in y'all chat rooms. I don't go in their chat rooms. For real. That's how we know you sleep. You get a little bit of consciousness today just from coming up in here, but you don't want to learn. You want to argue it. But until I see the conscious community organize black men and women and stop taking these black women money about saying they God, because I can run game on the black woman too. Yeah, baby, you know you God, don't it? You sit up there and these dudes say these black women God, but they'll dog them the hell out. You a dog this one, you a dog God out, and you won't marry God. You say the black woman God, but you disrespectful and you mistreat God and you do all type of wickedness to God if she God. Okay, are the 10 common markets Belgium, Germany, Greece, Spain, France, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Austria? Remember, they be changing up over the years because sometimes people drop out. Let me see. The ones I read was Luxembourg, the United Kingdom, Belgium, Netherlands, France, Denmark, Germany, Ireland, Italy, and Greece. And this was from the one that was set up in 1950 57, I think, to 1961. You know what I'm saying? 1961. Hold on, let me see something. And I think Austria is a part of that. Let me see, let me count these. Now, them the 10 I got right there. Them the 10 I got. But it might be a new updated list of the 10 common markets. It might be a new updated list. It might be a new updated list, Isaiah. Hey, look, all I was saying, y'all, look, brothers here, they get mad at me and try to challenge me. All I was sitting up there saying is that a lot of stuff they teach parallels with the Bible. So quit trying to debunk the Bible, because you sound like a damn fool when you sitting up there saying you believe in extraterrestrials and then try to sit up there and tell us that the angels never exist. The hell? For real, you sound like a damn fool when you saying that extraterrestrials came and gave you information in your sleep. You sound like a fool when you say extraterrestrials gave you the knowledge to build pyramids. You sound like a damn fool when you sitting up there saying that and don't believe in the Bible. For real, we trying to say that angels, what's the difference from us believing in angels if you believe in extraterrestrials? Come on, sit down somewhere, go on. You can't sit up there and say it's such thing as spaceships when we sit up there and call them chariots. You can't laugh at us when we sit up there and say that the Lord is sending the Lord gonna raise up 144,000, and Christ gonna crack the sky with his army. He gonna crack the sky with his army. You can't say we sound crazy when you believe the same stuff. That's all I'm saying. For real. You can't keep saying that, man. It is what it is. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I gotta get to work, man. Let me see. Better get ready and get ready and go out and do this work. Cause some of these dudes that's on here battling us right now, they ain't never left the country. They ain't never left the country. They ain't gonna leave the country. And we got bigger works to do. You know what I'm saying? They talk about Egypt. They ain't never been to Egypt. They ain't gonna never see the pyramids in their life. For real. They ain't gonna never leave the country. So I don't really understand that in its most part. For real though. We travel the earth. We travel the earth to get this research. You know what I'm saying? We travel the earth to get this research. Northside Nuke, I don't want to meet up with you, bro. For what? We ain't gonna sit up there and argue about information. I'd rather just watch it on the behalf alone that they are both of us brothers. Yeah, we brothers, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Look, you do you organize under the wisdom that you got, Northside Nuke, and let us to continue to organize under the religion we got. Because if you don't know Northside Nuke, and we a worldwide movement. We a worldwide movement, Northside Nuke. So I don't got no beef with you or nothing like that, no quarrel or nothing like that, bruh. I don't want to discuss doctrine with you and go back and forth with you, Northside Nuke. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather us leave it at this. You the one came on here scoffing. For real. The reason why, that's one of the reasons why I ain't gonna never go and come on y'all platform with my wisdom. Why? Why should I do that? You ain't gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I just fall back and I do my thing. So look, I hope this class was edifying. But see, y'all, look, I ain't no side nuke. I know, look, y'all, it is argument. It is argument. You know what I'm saying? It's an argument, remember? You know what I'm saying? It's an argument. Even though we might not be upset with each other, Northside Nuke, it's still gonna be an argument. And you know the meaning of the word argument. You know what I'm saying? I know we can. I see y'all do the debates all the time, Northside Nuke. I see y'all do the debates all the time. You know, and we is talking about it. Hey, I just talked about it. I said my whole piece. I was reading your comments, but I'm good at ignoring folks too. Because if I sit up there and if I stop my whole class to dialogue with you, then my whole class gonna be messed up, bro. Northside Nuke. It is what it is, bro. You know. So look, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. With that, I'm saying shalom, Messiah Christ bless. I want to give double honors to the bishop and Nathaniel Kanai. I want to give honors to the deacons, the captains, the officers, the soldiers, all y'all brothers and sisters that's helped pushing this truth throughout the earth. Shalom, y'all, Messiah Christ bless. And y'all stay conscious. Y'all stay conscious. Now, hey, with that, y'all, shalom.